Neymar to Chelsea is a story that we've come up with as the second one of the day as Eden Hazard and Ancelloti fall out totally as far as stories coming in from Real Madrid are really concerned. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where you're watching us from? Rokani David is my name and we are here to analyze a story of Neymar being linked to Chelsea after Nasser Al-Khelaifi, the owner of PSG, had a meeting with Tony Boyle, the chairman of the consortium that took over Chelsea from Roman Abramovich. And without further ado, let's start it from here, as it was reported by the Paris Saint-Germain PSG, that is like an account close to PSG. They told us that Chelsea owner Tony Boyle met Nasser Al-Khelaifi on Tuesday in Paris to discuss in particular the case of Neymar and the conditions of his potential arrival in the Premier League next summer. When I read this story, do you know what came in my mind? That if it's true, then Tony Boyle is really a man who is really troubled and his decision making is really bad. Why? When you look at the project of Chelsea, it looks like they want to get rid of all the old players. And Neymar is 31 years of age. And if I told you to go in for Neymar, as Chelsea, then why did you spend 100 million euros on Modric? Then that makes no sense. If you bring in Neymar at Chelsea, yet you bring in Modric, then it makes no sense. It makes no sense. So, I believe that Tony Boyle, if he's thinking like that, I know where the pressure is coming in from. The pressure is coming from him because he wants to go ahead and really do what his predecessor used to do, bringing in talent at Chelsea. And I think that would have been possible in having Thomas Tuchel. But the moment he fell out with Thomas Tuchel, everything really flew out of the window, because Thomas Tuchel had specific players he wanted him to deliver. I've even read a story that Aubameyang was not a signing of Tony Boyle and the board of Chelsea. It was a signing that Thomas Tuchel called for because he wanted to reunite with his former player he was with at Borussia Dortmund before he signed for Arsenal, and Tuchel went into PSG. So he wanted to reunite with his player and he thought that would come and really save him. But when he brought him on, Aubameyang failed to save his manager that really saw him get sacked out of the team of Chelsea because he was not scoring in goals. Then, when you look at the side of PSG, or when you look at the other side, where you believe that the story is somehow cooked and it's being put out there by the agent of Neymar to alert the Premier League teams that I'm available, you think that with the players Chelsea have brought in, I don't see them going in for Neymar. You know, however much Neymar can lead the line, but he's not that striker that you go ahead and really rely on. If I told you he was like a Lewandowski, I would have said, all right, he's a complete striker, one of the best strikers in the world. He can score you goals. That's why I wouldn't have argued with the story that Chelsea are really wanting to sign Neymar if Neymar was a Lewandowski. That's it. But Neymar is not a Lewandowski, and Chelsea are really having one piece missing their jigsaw, and that is a centre forward. So that centre forward is one of those that is really make their heads bang around, because Lukaku looks like it's not the plan of the manager, Graham Potter, and the board don't want to sign a striker who is not youthful. That's why you saw to it that they are in for Victor Osimhen and they are willing to offer Lukaku to Napoli and add some money to see to either they really get in their man known as Victor Osimhen, and they rival with Real Madrid and Manchester United and Bayern Munich. So I see this as a hoax. If it happens, I will be so surprised. You know, these are deals that if at all they happen, you get surprised, because Tony Boyle can try out to sign Neymar. And if at all they go ahead and really tell Graham Potter that, should we bring you Neymar? Will he say no? Will he say no? Because Tony Boyle looks like he brought in his puppet to dance to his tunes. All of those players that you saw Chelsea sign in the January transfer window, they are not targets. Most of them are not targets of Graham Potter. They were spotted by Tony Boyle because he was acting as the sporting director by then. And how was he scouting these players? If he had that Cody Gakpo is linked to Manchester United or Liverpool, he just hijacked in. You get Enzo Fernandez, he hijacks in. Every player, he wanted to sign every player. So it shows you that he was given players that he never had in his in his system, but obviously had to dance to the tunes of the co-owner, that is Tony Boyle. But I think he's doing a good job for Chelsea, though some Chelsea fans are not patient enough. And if at all you are not patient enough in this game of football, then you are not going to get the results that you deserve. And every time you're going to be on the negative side, yet positivity is always needed in the build-up of a team like Chelsea. So, Neymar's departure has really resulted into another story coming in from Foot Mercato that Messi is also looking for a way out of this team. PSG have decided to sell Neymar this summer, and now Lionel Messi is also considering leaving. Now, even in the summer, Neymar looked like he wanted out, and I think he's falling out with everything at PSG, and I think he needs to call it out. But if they can lose Messi and Neymar, it's really going to be a huge blow, but that will be a contribution to the Qataris taking over Manchester United, because they believe that United is a more famous team than PSG. It's going to be watched all over the world, and their advertisement will really be flown all over. So what it looks like, it's like PSG will find themselves in a very hard situation to keep these players, because we've even had a story linking Mbappe to Manchester United. Haven't you heard of that story? Because the owners of PSG are really trying to take over Manchester United, meaning that they really be giving less concern to PSG and see this coming through. But I believe Messi is in talks with them to sign a contract, but he still wants to play at the top Europe level. And if at all, I think PSG doesn't go through to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League, I think even if they go through to the quarterfinals, I think if I does not win the Champions League with PSG this time around, I think Messi will call it quits and he won't put pen to paper anymore, because they got him on a free from Barcelona, and I think he can also find himself a move either back to Barcelona or any other European club. You might find him in the Premier League or La Liga again. But that shows you how ruptured this PSG side is, because they even went ahead to lose to Bayern Munich at their stadium, though the score is not yet settled. We believe a lot of shocks can come down in there in Bayern as far as this fixture is concerned, because there is a player that is back, that is Kylian Mbappe, and you saw him when he came on through the field of play. He was really a threat. Then Jacobs Ben has told us that understand no talks took place over Neymar between Tony Boyle and Nasser El Khelaifi in Paris. The pair met in passing at last night's game for just a few minutes. El Khelaifi spent a day at a lunch with Bayern, then with Qatar's Emil. PSG do not view Neymar's PSG don't view Neymar as for sale, but no smoke without fire. Then he confirmed us that following Hakim Ziyech's failed loan move due to the late paperwork in January, PSG Chelsea relations are at a low point. There is no indication PSG have or will engage with Chelsea, and I'm told that no Neymar transfer talk has occurred. So Jacobs Ben is really hitting the nail on the top that it's going to be hard for Neymar and PSG to agree with Chelsea a deal that links him to that side, because they believe that their relationship really got ruptured because of what Chelsea did to them, handing in false paperwork at the end of the transfer window. That is the January one, when he really wanted out. Now, let's leave that at that. I know you guys have your reservations. I'll be welcoming them in the comment section below. Let's talk about Eden Hazard, as being reported by Mario Cotandega. He's covering Real Madrid at Athletic. This is a close source now, meaning that it's being fed in by the club. Sources close to Eden Hazard, that means the agent and the representatives, say that Eden Hazard is feeling let down by Ancelloti. The Italian promised him playing time and has not fulfilled it. Eden feels ignored and is disappointed by the breakdown in his relationship with Carlo Ancelloti. Then he told us that sources with knowledge of Eden Hazard's contract say that his maximum yearly wage would be a 15 million euros after tax. It's a total that includes income from image rights and performance bonuses, although it's unlikely Eden has come too close to fulfilling his performance bonuses in there for you. So it shows you that Hazard is really having a horrific time at Real Madrid, and he doesn't want to find himself in a position of really not playing game in, game out. And I think these are the mistakes players make. You know, if I'm calculative enough and I'm Eden Hazard, I don't leave Chelsea to go to Real Madrid, because if you leave a team that keeps on changing manager, if you leave a team where you are and you opt for a team that keeps on changing managers, this is what you go ahead and really face. I believe injuries have been a problem to Eden Hazard, but his talent is really undoubted. But it shows you that every manager that comes in through finds himself falling out with him. I don't know why and what's wrong with him, but I believe if you keep changing managers like that, not every player is going to go ahead and really blast or explode. I've seen it at Manchester United. Look at Rashford. Managers have been changed a lot. Louis van Gaal, Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ralf Rangnick. Ten Hag comes in through, settling him in. The fifth manager has really made him the player that was supposed to be. Meaning that if at all you had in a better manager to go on and do the job and really give Marcus Rashford the best skills and drills and minerals, ingredients in his game, he would have already hit that world-class level. But he's just trying to hit that world-class level because consistency is called in for, and he has been lacking that season in, season out. So in my perspective, I believe Eden Hazard really deserves to get out of Real Madrid. And last summer, he wanted to go, but Ancelloti told him, I'm going to give you game time. And this is where Ancelloti is also to blame, because he believes that Hazard would have played as a false nine every time Benzema was really injured. But on the 1st of February, Ancelloti came out and really blasted Eden Hazard live onto a media source when he was asked that Mariano, Odriozola, Hazard and Vallejo don't play. He said, it's simple. Other players are playing. I'm here to win games, not to give players minutes. So this is coming via Madrid Extra. It shows you how fed up Ancelloti is. And I think he doesn't even believe in really giving him playing time, because he's not here to give people playing time. He's here to win games. And that shows you that this experienced manager with a vast knowledge of football, managing the likes of Kaka, Sidorf, Shevchenko, and very many other famous players in the world, looks like has seen it all, and he's not ready to be intimidated by a player called Eden Hazard. So your thoughts about Neymar to Chelsea are welcome in the comment section below, and Hazard and Ancelloti fallout also are welcome. Rokani David remains my name, guys. I sign out for now. See you later. I'm going to the United Matters channel. Find me there as I do the match day live of Barcelona versus Manchester United, UEFA Europa League. And remember, Chelsea were beaten yesterday by Borussia Dortmund. PSG was beaten by Bayern Munich, Spurs was beaten by AC Milan, and I think Benfica beat Club Brugge yesterday. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly, not so? I think I'll return after the game of Manchester United and Barcelona to let you know what has transpired down at Camp Nou. Bye-bye, guys. Good evening.